Good morning students. Today we will discuss the aquatic biology. In this session we are discuss about the third unit, salinity and density of seawater. What is meant by salinity? First of all, we give us some introduction about the sea or the water. Right now, the water is an essential element which are occupied by these on the earth's surface. Which percentage? 3 by 4th. Right? The 3 by 4th of percentage of earth's surface is occupied by the water, and especially this water is provides an extreme a medium which is able to live the organisms. Right now, this is provides a extensive medium which the organisms are living in the aquatic life. Right? And another important point is protoplasm is also carry or the of every cell containing 70 to 90 percentage of water. Here protoplasm of every cell consists of these water percentage up to 70 to 90 percentage. And here the water acts as a major important role to regulate and control the metabolic activities, and also what are the chemical reactions occurs between the cell to cell or in the metabolic process. Right? Here the earth surface is occupies 3 by 4th of water. 3 by 4th of water, and here the water plays an important extensive medium which is live in total the aquatic life. Okay, and it is most important factor to regulates and maintains, okay ma, maintains the metabolic activities of all organisms, and what are the chemical reactions, those are all under the water. The factor plays an important role such like this. Okay, and here one more important point, that is protoplasm of every animal cell. Okay ma, every cell, not only animal. Protoplasm of cell is consists of these water percentage up to 70 to 90 percentage. 70 to 90 percentages. And each and every important process under controlling by these water molecule. For example, if the photosynthesis occurs, right now, the producers are the most important autotrophs in the environment or the ecosystem. Right? That's why the photosynthesis process which involving here the water molecules are most important. Okay, and so many reactions undergoes the hydrolysis reactions, and somewhat the oxidation reactions. Okay, dehydrogenases, hydrolysis process. So and so process are involving of these water molecules and do their correct responsible actions on the waste. Okay, and later we will discuss about the both. The animals are categorized into widely two types. Those are land animals and water animals. Here land animals are, or the medium is known as terrestrial. Right? Based on the life, these organisms are categorized mainly into two types. One is land and another one is water animals. Okay, land animals which are live in the land forms, they are simply called here terrestrial. Terrestrial animals. And here the organisms which are live in water, those are simply called here aquatic organisms. Aquatic organisms or aquatic animals, right? Here terrestrial shows the most important character, that is to conserving of the water molecules from the evaporation of their bodies. Okay, right, the discussions in the process. That's why we consume the water molecules. That's why, for example, in human being is take the water for a day for the good metabolic activities purpose. For a day it just consumes the up to 5 liters of water, up to 5 liters of water, right now. This water is useful to the process where the occurring inside of our body, the metabolic activities are going on in a natural way. Okay, that's why this water is most important, and it is also playing a role, and it provides a extensive media to live the organisms. Right? This is about the simple introduction about the water. Sea water. Sea water is large amount on the Earth planet, but here the fresh water percentages is very less. But whatever it may be, here the big biome in the Earth planet, that is only the oceanic or the sea biomes. See, biomes or oceanic biomes, aquatic biome, right now. That is our paper concerned with this aquatic biology. Here we discussed about the salinity and density of seawater. What is meant by salinity? Okay, it is one of the important properties of physical properties of water. The important physical property of the water, that is salinity, density, surface tension, so many is there. Let us be discussed one by one in these properties, right? Let us be discussed now. First of all, we discuss what are the physical properties. What are the physical properties? Or the normal, what we said simply, there is a normal properties. The properties of water, not there is a physical or chemical. Simply, we will say here that properties of water. Right. Here what are what including these properties of water, right ma'am? In that the first one here we discussed. Here when these properties of water is given by the scientist or the most important person, his name is Anderson. Anderson in the year of 1924. 1924, he wrote a book. This book is the book name here. The book name here. He wrote a book. The book name here. The fittest. Right now, book name is The Fittest of the Environment. Which means every organism is tolerant to the whatever the climatic conditions, whatever the situations, they must tolerate. They must expose to that the difficulties or the favorable conditions. But at last, this is can go to survive in the environment. That is the main intention of this theme. Fittest of the environment, fittest of the environment, right? Next, and he also discussed some important points. What are that is the properties of the water in his way. In that way, we have discussed here the water is a good solvent. Here, first of all, we are discussing about the factor that is the solvent. Water as a solvent. which means solvent means, right? Here the solvent, this is a good solvent. Okay, why? Because it is bonds with these organs. For example, here when we here two hydrophilic and hydrophobic nature of the water is there. That means most of the chemicals and most of the substances which are dissolved in the water. Okay, but rare some are hydrophobic nature. Those are simply what we said that the oils. Okay, here that is. Here it is water is a good covalent when compared with the right now. Water is a good solvent when compared with the only the other liquids. The other liquids are here nothing but the oil and petrol, so and so on. Here water is contains many minerals in the solvent. What we said here, water is contains many minerals. It is a water is a good solvent. Okay, it contains many minerals. What are the minerals? Okay, let us discuss. The minerals are simply silicon, nitrogen, and phosphorus, iron. These are the minerals. Silicon. Okay, and next one is phosphorus, nitrogen, right ma? This nitrogen, and next one is iron. Okay, so are the important elements which are present in the water. This silicon, how much percentage? Okay, parts per million, 30 ppm, minute levels. And what the phosphorus? This phosphorus is 0.07. Okay, 0.07, and where the nitrogen is present in 0.5. Okay, that's why these are known as a minute minerals which are present in the water. And some are the dissolved gases which are present in the water. Those are dissolved gases. Some gases are also present in the state of dissolved conditions. These gases are, right ma'am, CO2, carbon dioxide, and oxygen and nitrogen. Okay, here these nitrogen, CO2 is present in the form of bicarbonates, carbonic acid formations, and here water, oxygen is dissolved in the water. How much percentage of oxygen is availability in the aquatic medium? That is 10%, right now. And here the CO2 is available in the formation of the carbonates and bicarbonates, carbonic acid formations, right? This is available of these carbon dioxide. And where the nitrogen? This nitrogen is ammonium sulfates. Okay, ammonium chloride formation, sulfide formation. So that's why this nitrogen is available in the states. Those are liquid information. Okay, so and so is there, right? And this is the first property of a water, that is a water act as a good solvent. And next we are discussing about the another important point, that is viscosity. The second property of water, right? Viscosity means here this viscosity of water is higher than that of alcohol and some chloroform. Okay, viscosity of water is higher. Viscosity of water is higher than the which one? Than the alcohol and chloroform. That's why, okay, here the main intention of discussing of these properties, This high concentration of viscosity is helpful the planktonic life. That's why the planktonic organisms which can easily float on the surface of water without having any swimming organs, right? Here the viscosity of water is higher than the other liquids. Those are alcohol or the chloroforms. And so the aquatic animals are protected by the disturbance of these chemical reactions. Okay, water viscosity is higher than the alcohol and chloroform, such a type of chemical. Okay, that's why the aquatic animals are protected by this viscosity of higher viscosity of water without any disturbance of the other chemicals. And that's why here planktonic organisms, which one? The planktonic organisms are floating on the surface of water. For example, you people understand in my way. Okay, planktonic organisms can float on the surface, float on the water surface or surface of water. Surface of water. This is the most important one to knowing about the viscosity. Okay, they float in the surface of water without having any swimming organs. Without any swimming organs. Right? That is the important property of viscosity. And next, the density. Another important one. That is the property density. Here our topic density. Then density is measured or defined as, okay, the density of water is very high at 4 degrees centigrade. Density of water is very high at the temperature that is 4 degrees Celsius. And which means this density is, okay ma, density is mostly measured or defined by the mass by volume. Mass by volume. M by V. Calculated the density. Okay. The heavy mass by the volumes. Here the fresh waters. The density here totally we have the graphical representation. Later we will discuss that graphical representation. First of all, we just saw the properties of the water. In that one most important property, that is density. In the density, fresh waters are freezes at 0 degrees Celsius. Fresh water freezes at 0 degrees Celsius, while the sea water freezes at minus 2.5 degrees Celsius. Minus 2.5 degrees Celsius, this sea water freezes. That's why here this have a great density, and the density of this ice is less than the water. Density of ice is less than the water. That's why the ice can float on the surface of water. Isn't it, ma'am? For example, this is any water. This water is consists of some ice cubes. Okay, these are the ice. This ice can float on the water. Ice cubes on this water. Here which density is greater than the one? That is water density is higher than the ice. That's why the ice can float on the water. It is also one of the important favorable situation in the aquatic organism. For example, in the polar regions or the very less temperatures areas, the complete surface of water is completely freezes up to some region, remaining the remaining the zone is containing the water, which is helpful to living of these organisms. They do not have any disturbance of the freezing of water. This is the most important one to knowing about the aquatic life of the organisms. And next one, ma'am. Okay, that's why the ice forms as a protective layer on the surface of water and does not allow the low temperature into the deep regions or the deeper zonations. And next one is heat conduction. Another one, heat conduction. Water solvents, water as a solvent, and viscosity, density, and next one here another property, that is heat conduction. Here water plays a good heat conductor. Okay, that's why the upper layers of water, for example, here also a ocean, right? This is the upper zone, and here where there are the lower zones, right? Up to these regions, okay, the sun can produce the sun rays. These sun rays can penetrate. That's why the water can get warm water, right now, warm water, and this water cannot penetrate up to the remaining zone, and simply it can evaporate for this to this manner, okay, warm water, and this can move into the atmosphere. Now the water will become as in a cool, okay, it evaporates into the atmosphere, right now. That's why here the remaining zones, here the very warm water, this warm water suitable for living of a few organisms, but when this is not entering of this heat into this region to this region, that's why the organism can slowly come down to remaining zones and live in the diurnal time, and next they come out at the nocturnal time to feeding or searching enemy or their daily activities. Okay, that's why here water has placed an important good heat conductor. Okay, heat conductor. And next one, the salinity. The salinity. And one more important one, that is salinity. Salinity, how we define the salinity, right? Here, the excess of solids which are dissolved into water and form as a solid. For example, salt, sodium chloride, calcium chloride, magnesium chlorides, and some phosphates and some sulfates. These all are dissolved in the water and give some, especially salinity, the salt formations. Simply we are regarding in our minds, that is the salinity is nothing but here the high amounts of salts which are dissolved. Okay, salinity of water. Salinity of water is the total amount of solid materials. Salinity of water is the total amounts of solids, right now, total amounts of solids and solid materials which are measured in the grams. Okay, ma'am, which are measured in grams, contained in a 1 kilogram. Grams contained in a 1 kilogram kg. That's why the salinity is mentioned here, that is grams by kilograms. Grams by kilograms. That's why. For example, fresh water, right now, or the sea water salinity. If the sea water salinity is when we are observing the average seawater salinity, that is how much percentage is present in 3.5 percentages, 3.5 percentage, where the fresh waters. That's why here one more important point, this salinity is present in all seawater is averagely equals. Okay, for example, it is an ocean, it is an sea. Okay, their salinity is averagely all are containing the equal salinity. That's why the organisms can migrate to one sea to another water sea forms. It is can easily tolerate to the situations. But when we compare with the fresh water, this freshwater salinity shows varied fluctuations and various different. Okay, that's why the organisms cannot tolerate to these situations. That's here we remember that the freshwater shows the various differentiations in the salinities. For example, here the lake and here the pond water, and the their graphical representations and their geological morphology is also one of the important factor to affecting of this salinity. That's why the organisms cannot tolerate to such a type of variations here. But seawater, all this seawater is same, and another seawater is also have approximately this type of salinity percentage. That's why the organisms can easily adapt it to the situations. But here fresh waters is just 25% to 35% of the salinity is present in the freshwater bodies. Okay. And next one, for example, that is the salt lake. Not in all freshwater means a less salinity. But when I wrote here, this is especially for the purpose of salt lakes. Salt lake containing their salinity up to this much percentage. This is the simple percentage of the salinity in seawater. Freshwater means here less salinity is percentage in the water. Those water bodies are known as freshwater bodies. Right on. And next, another important factor after completion of this salinity, okay, and each and every one, how the salinity is enter into the water. Here the main source of the salinity is the rock erosions. Okay, rock erosion and some the deposition, weathering process. Okay, the origin, how the origin, right? The original source of salt is exposing of the rocks and minerals, which means the example, I wrote a simple diagram here. This is a large ocean. Here millions of big rocks is there. These rocks are erosion by the water and some floods. This is exposed to these floods, and that's why the erosions and withering process is also occur. These two processes are useful to entering the salt and the minerals to enter into the water. During weathering of rock and the minerals, a large quantities of salts come and deposits in the water body. Suddenly they are brought the collections of, and is also salt concentrations in the soil. When it is increases, okay, the salt percentage can increases in the groundwater automatically. Soil. Excuse me. Here the salt percentages or the salinity can increases in the soil, automatically groundwater will become increases. Groundwater level rises. Groundwater level will be rises. Okay, this is one more point. Salinity, how it is come and enter into the water bodies? In millions of years there is an eruption. These rocks are exposed to the weathering and erosion. So that's why the minerals can come and deposit in the water body. Okay. And if the increasing of this salinity in the soils, automatically the groundwater level will be increases. And next one is only not only this, the because of the rainfalls can't take the such amounts of the salts. And here the causes. What are the causes to enter into the salinity in the water body? That is, one is irrigation and second one is a groundwater. In the irrigation, what is meant by irrigation? When we use cropping at different types of plants, we using some manures, fertilizers. These are dissolved in rainwater, and the rainwater can run off and enter into the water body. This is one of the way to causing of the salinity into the water body. And another one, the groundwater. Here, whatever the effluents and whatever the industrial effluents are entered into the soil, automatically soil minerals containing some salts. Okay, for example, ammonium salt, potassium salt. Okay, those are entered into the ground layers of the soil, and they slowly increase in the salinity. That's why the salinity is increases. But some only plants are tolerate to this salinity. For example, halophytes. Halophytes are adapted to the salinity. Then they can only tolerate and grow in the conditions. Okay, ma? Halophytes. Halophyte is a plant. Halophytes only can tolerate to the salinity land and they can grow. Right, or the water body or the soil natures, they can tolerate to grow and they can produce the oxygen levels. And next one here, the another properties of water. Okay, salinity is over. Okay, densities. Density is mass by volumes. And next one is surface tension. Right now, surface tension. Here, what are the heat conduction? Okay, and next one is viscosity. Viscosity, and another important character, density. Density. Right, density. Next one is salinity, heat conduction. Right? These properties are O. And next we will discuss the another important factors. Those are heat conduction is also the over, right? Viscosity, density, and salinity. Next one, transparency. Transparency. Transparency means what the light, the water can which we are observed. The for example, streams have a bright transparency, but here the sea water up to some zones have the transparency. Remaining zones are looks like very dark. Why? Because this transparency can depend upon this sunlight. This sunlight where they can penetrated up to the some meters of the regions or the zones, those can on see below see the one. For example, here this transparency, dark zone animals now. Okay, and simply draw a diagram. They can be easily observing of this transparency based on the light. Okay, ma, light. This light, for example, here the zonations, right. This is the upper zone, right, and here remaining zones. Okay, the first zone is called as, okay, first zone is called as euphotic zone. Euphotic zone. But the second one up to this region. Okay, this region is called as dysphotic zone. Where this last one, the deep and dark, okay, this zone is called as complete darkness. That's why aphotic, A for absence, aphotic zone. Right now, here right. This is the sun. This sun can penetrate the light. Here, red light can penetrate up to these regions, and where the blue light, blue waves, blue color waves which are coming from the sun, they are entered into further distances, far distances, when we compare with the red waves of the blue color light, red color light. Okay, blue rays, red rays. Red rays are just up to this region only they can penetrate. Okay, and this is visibility we have mentioned here, 1600 meters below the dark region, completely dark. And here where the up to this region, here one more important point is the thermocline. Okay, this temperature here up to in 25 degrees Celsius. Okay, this can fall. That's why this is the thermocline graphing representation. Okay, where the degrees Celsius or fall down into the deeper. That's why the dark zones or the deeper zones have cool, the water nature is cool, pressures are high, temperature is very low. Okay, ma'am? Cool, pressures are high, temperature is very low, and the light is completely absent. Light is absent. These are the four important factors which is affecting the deeper organisms. Right now, these are euphotic zone, means which the light or can penetrate into this region. Here the phytoplanktons are plants are algae are growing and blooming inside. Why? Because they are using the sunlight and also producing the photosynthesis process, and they can using the energy. And some phytoplanktons and some zooplanktons are appears. Okay, this is the zone. This is about the transparency. Transparency means which we appears the looking of water very clean and clear, crystal clear formations, right? Where the sunlight is penetrates up to which region, they can region is looks like the color formation. Which sees light white colors. Where it is light green and is completely dark or black in color. Okay, and next one here, after this clearance, here red light is absorbed by near the water surfaces, and later the blue light is penetrated further the another zones. And next one, surface tension, another important property of water, that is surface tension. Right now, surface tension. What is meant by surface tension? Okay, it can defined as the lateral attraction. The lateral attraction of amongst the molecule of water by which they are hold together. Okay, the surface tension is can defined as the lateral attachment. For example, here the water molecule. This water molecule lateral sides are attached with the another organisms or bondings. Okay. For example, here some leaves, some animals can float on the water. That is simple water surface. For example, here the lotus leaves is there, Nilambus. The lotus leaves can flow easily float on the water surface. For example, okay. Here the water has high surface tensions. It can result in the formation of in some animals vacuoles are formed. Okay. These vacuoles within the cell or out on the cells. Okay. High water tension, high surface tension of the water is present in a freshwater organisms. Inside of the cell or outside of the cell have formed some vacuoles like structures. Those water have these specifications. Okay. Some water is entered into the amoebas. For example, this is an amoeba. This water is entered here and this side the water is outside going. And some contractile vacuoles are also formed where the excess of water is formed in this and they are simply come outside by the diffusion processes through the plasma membrane. Right now. And next property is here. Okay. Next property, let us discuss here.